Hey y'all, it's Chad. Welcome back to my garage. I am showing off a new Harbor Freight metal brake that I purchased, but I modified it a little bit because I have to work by myself and I want it to be a little bit easier. I saw a gentleman that modified a Harbor brake, metal brake on YouTube and thought I'd copy it and do it my own little style too. But this is the brake that I bought. It's a 30-inch brake from Harbor Freight. And let me show you what I did. Here's the box that the 30-inch bend brake came in from Central Steel, Harbor Freight. It's a 30-inch bend brake, item number 67240. I picked this up when it was on sale with insider trading. It was about 45 bucks. Now the brake worked really good, except to use it by oneself, you have to have two C-clamps to set the breaker bar before you bend your metal. I tried to use the C-clamps and it just became a pain in the rear end trying to get the brake and the metal and everything in place. So what I ended up doing is I found a guy on YouTube that modified his, and I sort of copied it and put in a little bit of an extra twist so I can break mine down. Over on this side for the breaker bar, I got a piece of iron, angle iron, and I tack welded it on either side of the breaker bar on the top, so that when you lift this up, the breaker bar comes up with it. Now over on this side, the parts that I used was a 4-inch 5/16 bolt, nut, 2 wing nuts, 2 washers. That's the setup over here. What I ended up doing is I drilled a hole through my angle iron, set my bolt down here where it needs to be, and I welded a bolt down here. And then up here is 2 wing nuts. And what's nice about this is that when you have your metal in the brake over here, you can just lift this up and pull this wing nut up, and it lifts the breaker bar up so you can get your metal out, or you can slide your metal into wherever you need it to be, and then bring this down, which brings your bend bar down, and then you can just tighten this up right here. And I got this on both ends, over there, over here. All right, now in the center, to push down in the middle here, being that it's not welded, it's just tack welded on the ends. In the middle here, if you need a little bit more pressure on your metal, you can just screw these down. Now these are just an eye bolt, 5/16 eye bolt with a nut, and I welded the nut to the angle iron, and of course there's a hole here. And when you need to just push down on this bar, you just give this a little tug and it pushes down on your metal. So everything's nice and snug, so when you pull your bend bar up, it will work. Alright, here we go with a little bit of demonstration. Now this side I'm going to have all the way down, so it's snug down here. Now we're going to bend this real thick piece of cardboard. Now what happens is you bring this side up, right, Jill? Bring it up. Whoops, gotta loosen this side off a little bit. Loosen this side up so we got a little bit of play. Loosen this side up, get a little bit of play. Again, I'm doing this with one hand, so it gets a little bit more difficult. Bring this one up. Alright, see, now I can slide my piece of metal, if this was a piece of metal, wherever I needed it. And let's say I'm bending it on that piece of line right there. See that line right there? There you go. Alright, so you put your metal in there, and then you bring this down. Alright, here we go. Again, doing this one-handed because I'm taping this. Alright, so there's our line. Right, Jill? Alright, so that's in place. Now you bring this wing nut down. Tighten that up. Come over here. Tighten this up. Alright, so. And then we just give this a little bit of a snug. And that sets everything. Now, just bend that up. Say that's a piece of metal. There we go. We got our bend. Now, to release, you just bring this, unscrew this, lift this up, give that a couple turns, you can get your metal out. And then you can reset it. Oops, sorry. Then you can reset wherever you want. Alright, here we go with a demonstration of breaking things down. Now, like I said, the gentleman on YouTube had a threaded rod coming up here, but I want to be able to break mine down. It's for storage. So, what I've got is a 4-inch bolt going through here, and with that nut being welded down there, all you got to do is take this bolt out and unscrew that bolt from the nut down there, and do the same thing from this side, and there you go. Things come apart, and there's nothing snagging here, and you can take these all apart and this apart, and then you can store it all nice and flat. So that's my concept, that's my modifications. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any comments, please post them on the YouTube video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks a lot, and goodbye.